as the foundation for the stakeholder in the halal food industry, including government agency of the product and the marketer to decide strategy to enhance consumer engagement and the support to ground of the ready-to-eat halal food product sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So if anybody have any question from the house? No questions? Okay, so I will appreciate the study you have done in this particular province. Can you give the single statement about your study, in particular your province? Is that the attitude and the behavior of the youngsters rising towards the halal food identification and halal food purchase, or what is your final statement?
Statement is the attitude in the purchase intention for young consumer in the Pattani province of the purchase ready-to-eat halal food product is the purchase attitude to quality, attitude halal logo, attitude marketing, and attitude overview of the halal.
Thank you so much. I hope you have also studied the quality parameters as well. They are focusing on quality. Thank you so much, Fakhruddin.
Thank you.
So we have another presenter from Brunei Darussalam. So next one, he is Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ropaning Sulong, and he is from University Islam Sultan Sharif Ali, Brunei. He has a particular topic from Bruneians and awareness and knowledge of Bruneians toward microplastics in food. That is very important topic. So please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Ropaning Sulong.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And good morning to everyone. My topic of presentation this morning is quite simple. I'll be talking on the microplastic in food in the perspective of Bruneian towards their degree of knowledge and awareness. My colleague, Dr. Ashari Suksawan, just now explained in detail about the microplastic, which I think I don't have to repeat anymore about the microplastic, but just an overview. As we know that, is it not working? Okay. As we know that, the pointer. It's not working. Okay. Okay. Microplastic, some of scientists define that the microplastic is the a small plastic particle which is less than 5 mm in diameter. And it comes from different sources. But the issue is that some Muslim consumers might ask what to do with this microplastic with halal and tayyiban aspect. Okay? So, as in Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 168, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded all the humankind to consume what is halal and tayyibah. Okay? So, the Islamic religion, the comprehensiveness of the Islam is not only focuses on the aspect of Sharia per se, but it's also talking about the quality of thing to be consumed. Therefore, based on Imam Sharbini or Imam Khatib al-Sharbini, a Muslim scholar from Egypt who died in 977 Hijriya, it said that in order to consider food is tayyiban, it should be complies with these 4 elements. The first one is the source of the food should be from the halal sources. And the second one is the process itself. It should be produced in the halal, Sharia compliant processing. And the food should be healthy to the consumer. And lastly, the food should be harmless. So if we consume food right now that contain microplastics, then it cannot be considered as halal and tayyiban. It might be halal, yes, but in the aspect of tayyiban it's not, because there are some microparticles that contain in the food and which cause some healthy issue to the consumer. So therefore, in this study, what we did is that we tried to figure out some of the Bruneians, their knowledge about the microplastics and their awareness about the importance of consuming a healthy food. So we conducted a research based on using a mixed method, qualitatively and quantitatively, and the number of respondents was 215 among Bruneians who live in 4 different districts, namely Brunei, Muara, Tutong, Kuala Blight, and lastly in Temburong. So Brunei is quite a small country with a population less than 450,000 population. So therefore, the number of respondents is not so big enough. But this is some of the results. Okay, so I will jump into because of the time. We found out as a conclusion here, based on these finding of the results, survey and some of the open-ended questions to the respondents, and then we analyze it thematically into 6 different categories, and we found out that the first one is using alternative plastic. Respondents often include changing from the use of plastic to the recyclable or biodegradable one. And the second opinion saying that waste management and cleanup effort under this category, respondents often mention about the 3R, which is we have to use the 3R, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. As for the third thematic, which is education and awareness, respondents often mention to educate and make to the public awareness. In terms of research, respondents often mention that more research is needed in order to overcome of this issue of the bioplastics. The food processing, some of respondents mentioned that reducing the high process of food and consumption of highly processed food is one of the issues that should be taken into seriously effort. And lastly, about the policy, it should be there's a clear policy from the government agencies saying about banning of using plastics, no plastics anymore. And we have to use something alternatively, which is more healthy and less harmful to the community. So this is the conclusion that based on the study, we found out high percentage of Bruneian with this knowledge about the microplastics, but there are a small group of respondents also showing they are less knowledgeable about this. So there must be some other efforts in order to make all the community in Brunei to understand better about the bioplastics and from their sources and application, and finally about their the dangers of using these bioplastics. I guess with that, my conclusion, and then I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the organizing committee for giving me this chances to be standing up here. And I guess this is a small effort starting with Brunei, but I think for the Muslim community at large, we have to go through the emphasis on more on this kind of studies in order to make sure all the Muslim community there understands about the dangers of bioplastics in the future. So with that, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Muhammad Surong from Brunei. A very nice presentation of the microplastic. At least it gave us the remind us about the microplastic awareness and dangers of this. I will have a quick question that you have 200 and some respondents for the study. You have any baseline characteristic of them? For examples, the age difference?
Yeah, actually there's some of the result, but I did not include this one because of the time. Hopefully that all the completed set of the results is be published in the journal soon. But the age is starting from 18 up to 60 years old. But the majority of the answer was within the age of 18 to 46.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That would be nice if you publish this research on the paper, so we can continue reading of your research and how the next generations are thinking about the microplastic. And also you mentioned about the policy.
Yeah.
Is Brunei going to have any policy regarding the microplastic?
As so far that at the best of my knowledge that there's still the using of plastics, the conventional plastics is still prevalent in everywhere, and this might contribute to the large pollution of the plastic itself. So therefore, we sort of suggest to the government that if to emphasize on or to the implement of this policy by reducing or by banning of using these plastics in the future, that would be nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. And in Bangkok, we are going to have a new policy about the recycles.
If I may share,
waste.
in Malaysia, because I'm almost 30 years in Malaysia, there are some states in Malaysia, something like in Selangor, we have to charge for this every single plastic bag. Selangor, they charge for 20 cents, and there are no more what we call it polyester being used for the food packaging. And in Penang also, they also ban for this one. But
Thank you, Dr. Surong. And final comment from my side.
Okay.
So I was also thinking about the policy, and she already asked you. Okay. But I think it's not a question, it's a comment that the SMIC and the halal fraternity should seriously start thinking about highlighting the safety issues, particularly in the food, if we want to spread the halal foods around the globe. And then particularly on the climate change effects and all these sustainability issues if we are the part of the SDGs. So thank you so much for a nice presentation, and thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. Okay. Salam.
Walaikum assalam. And our next presenter is from UPM. His name is Mr. Muhammad Nur Hadi Hamsar, and he's from University Putra, Malaysia. He's gonna talk about something very innovative, and that is meat detective, tackling meat adulteration using chemical probe as specific detector of organ peptide. So that is the most important issue in the halal sector. So I will invite. I think he is okay. So he is missing. So our next presenter is Mrs. Alia Mafaza. She is from Halal Center UIN Sunan, Indonesia, and she is going to talk about ensuring halal integrity and food safety in sustainable pedestrian based SMEs. So it's a nice topic. We are going to listen about something about small and medium enterprises and that sustainable issues in the industrial sector. So please welcome Mrs. Alia Mufazar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Alema Faza from Indonesia. For that, thank you very much to the steering committee of IHSATEC 2024 for the opportunity, honorable reviewer, presenters, and all the audience. Today, I would like to share our research entitled Ensuring Halal Integrity and Food Safety in Sustainable Pesantren-Based SMS, a comprehensive HACCP and HGMP approach. Sorry. Okay. So in Indonesia, we have small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, as an enormous potential and can develop into saviors of the national economy. It was recorded that the number of UMKM business units was 99% of the total business unit, or almost 63 million units. SMEs have been absorbed 90% of the total employment. In addition, SMEs can be a force in poverty alleviation, job creation, and strength in increasing family income. Increasing innovation and quality requirement government supports. One of them is in the process of product halal certification. Therefore, SMEs must adapt to quality standard based on halal and type criteria, as well as halal certification procedures in Indonesia. As it's known that the process of applying for halal certification in Indonesia has many obstacles, especially in the food industry. This study specifically examines the measurement of halal good manufacturing practice, or HGMP, and as it is a benchmarking in the ROTAS, or Roti Al-Mumtaz, business units in Pesantren Al-Mumtaz, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. We use the HACCP system, and the concept itself was to emphasize the identification of critical control points. The CCP is the step at which control can be applied. It is imperative to prevent or eliminate food safety or reduce it to an acceptable level. And besides that, we will determine the process of CCP to perform a deviation analysis on each CCP process with failure mode and effect analysis, or FMEA. The result itself will be a list of priorities to improve the implementation of good manufacturing practice. And beside the HACCP, we need to align it with the halal good manufacturing process to ensure that the food process is implied the halal Sharia. The GMP focus on issue regarding the production environment, structures, and infrastructure in place to produce products that are high quality and safe for consumption. We use the methodology is by observing the production process and identifying the potential hazard in each process. After that, after we identification the CCP, it can be controlled and prevent the potential food safety hazard or minimize the hazard to an acceptable level. We use the CCP decision tree, and it will be resulting in four aspects. First is hazard identification in ROTAS production. In this phase, potential hazards are identified, and it is divided by three types. There is a biological, by like mold, microorganism, bacteria, etc., and chemical like potassium bromide or residue by the raw materials, and last is physical, like foreign materials. And it needs an improvement because hazard was carried out at every stage in the production process. Like there's a Staphylococcus aureus and plastic residue in one of the process steps. After this, critical control point analysis. It is identified from the raw material collection process to the packaging process. CCP analysis was identified using a decision tree, and based on that, 7 processes were included as CCP. One example is collecting the raw material process. There are chemical hazard and physical hazard. The third is identifying critical limits. The critical limits used to prevent the mining of control limits. For each CCP, the critical limit can be defined as 1 or more tolerance level that must be met to ensure that the CCP has effectively controlled the hazard. Identifying critical limit is referred to as the Food and Drug Supervisory Agency standard. Last, the FMEA analysis, and according to the Ministry of Industry of Indonesia, there are 14 requirements of producing the like the factory location, environment, and process control. Based on that, SGMP implementation at the SMEs had not good enough because several SGMP aspects could be optimized, such as the inconsistent use of gloves on the baker, not using a face shield, and many more. There are several addition products that have not been found with a halal certification number in accordance with the halal product guarantee guidelines. SGMP is essential to support the HACCP method, so the Rotas product has a good quality to and also safe to consume. Last, to the conclusion, we have the hazard identification that is known to have 7 CCPs in the production process, and also to setting critical limit and analyzing halal good manufacturing process. Then to the strategy development is overcoming 3 critical failures with a risk priority numbers using a new mandatory rules. And besides that, we can be updating rules, SOPs, and check sheets for halal compliance. And the last, to implementation plan, pesantren-based SMEs still remain vital for community income and creativity. Thank you very much.
Hello. Okay, so thank you so much. Very young presenter with us and with a lot of data and information related to SMEs. It is really applauding. So my again question is not there. It's a comment. What difference do you feel like between HACCP and HGMP in a just quick sentence?
Oh, okay. The HGMP basically was the basic before we use the HACCP analysis, because when an industry couldn't apply the HGMP or good manufacturing process in general, then they couldn't go next level to the HACCP, because all of the aspect in HGMP was based on the HACCP, but the HACCP is more like on advanced level because it have much more critical control points that can be improved.
Okay, my quick question, because we have limited times. Once you get the result of the 7 CCP, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you feedback to the SME? Did you give them a feedback or how to improve the critical control point?
Yes, but it written on the paper and I couldn't present it because of the limitation time, but we already give our improvement list that maybe they could apply, like updating SOPs or having supervisor to supervising the rules that is going on the industry and many more.
Okay. Thank you so much, because
Thank you.
if you find some things, then you have to feedback to the SME, right? So
Okay.
we would like to know any
Okay.
improvement after that. So
Yes.
it might be the next year, right? For
Yeah,
this.
yes.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you so much for your advice. And yeah, thank you very much for the opportunities.
Thank you, Alia. Our next presenter, the fourth presenter, she is Mrs. Aina Fariha Muhammad, and she is from University Technology, Mara, Malaysia. And she's going to talk about from ingredients to integrity, a comprehensive review of porcine detection methods in cosmetics. So now we are having different presenter related to the cosmetic industry. So please welcome Aina Fariha Muhammad Hussaini.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone present here in this beautiful hall. My name is Aina Fariha, and I'm from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. And today I would like to present one of my research about from ingredients to integrity, a comprehensive review of porcine detection methods in cosmetic. So, cosmetic, there are a lot of critical ingredients in halal cosmetic. So one of the critical ingredients is ingredient based from porcine, such as collagen. So a lot of cosmetic nowadays using collagen, and we don't know what kind of collagen that has been used in the cosmetic, because most of the cosmetic manufacturer, they did not disclose what kind of collagen. They might just write collagen, vegan collagen, sometimes animal collagen. So we don't know what kind of animal collagen that has been used. So, okay. So the introduction. Okay. So for introduction, that is one of the reason why I am choosing this topic to research about how we want to detect the porcine in cosmetic, because we know that cosmetic is a product that is made from a highly processed, that involve a highly processed processing. So the DNA or the protein of the porcine might already been, cannot be detected anymore. So that's why in this research, I'm going to compile and analyze the current method that has been used to detect porcine in cosmetic. Because most of the research, the present research usually about the detection in food, porcine detection in food. Rarely there is research about porcine detection in cosmetic. So another reason why this research has been made is because there is a lack of halal analysis method for cosmetic. Even in Malaysia, only the food analysis has been recognized by the JAKIM to detect the porcine. There is still no cosmetic method. Okay, so for the research method, since this is a review research, so I'm using this method for selecting topic, which is porcine detection, and then define the objective, develop the protocol, searching the literature related to the porcine detection, not only for the cosmetic, but also from the food, because sometimes the method might be, we can use for the method for the food, we can try for the cosmetic also, and then selecting the literature, analyze the data and synthesize, and then concluding and make a report. Okay, so this is the results for the three methods that I choose in my review. First is, the name of the method is polymerase chain reaction, which use the detection, the principal detection is species-specific DNA primer. And then the advantage for this method, which use DNA, it is highly sensitive, specific, and reproducible. But the disadvantage is it is laborious, means there is a lot of laboratory work to do and takes a lot of time, and it is challenging. So there is also a possibility of damaged DNA during the process, because in processing cosmetic, it involves highly processed,
highly processing. And then the second method, which is enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, or we call as ELISA. ELISA use antigen or antibody interaction to detect the parasite. And then the advantage of this method is they are sensitive, fast, and low cost. ELISA and the polymerase chain reaction, ELISA will take like shorter time to get the result. But the disadvantage is this method is unsuitable for highly processed sample because the antibody cannot be detected, and it is possibility of protein denatured during the process. Okay, and the third method is liquid chromatography mass spectrometry, or LCMS. So the principle of detection for this method is digested peptide. Advantage of this method, it is highly sensitive, good resolution, rapid, and it is also accurate and specific. And by using this method, we are able to differentiate the source in complex mixture, such as cosmetic. Cosmetic is a complex mixture compared to food, because when we want to detect the parasite in food, the DNA or the protein might still be there, the DNA of the parasite. But in cosmetic, it might damage already. So we really need a method that is highly sensitive. But the disadvantage, it is require high technical expertise, expensive, and hydrolation of lysine and proline that can cause difficulties in identification of biomarker peptides. And currently, I'm a student. In my thesis, I'm currently studying about the liquid chromatography mass spectrometry for detecting parasite is cosmetic. We are still doing research on this method. So for the conclusion, since the metric of each product is unique for cosmetic, we have a lot of characteristic, different kind of cosmetic. We have cream, gel, different texture. So different texture and different kind might need different kinds of method because of the different characteristic. So currently there is no universal method. Method, for example, a PCR is for cream. There is still no because of the different characteristic. But the LCMS is currently, based on my current research, is the maybe the best method because it is the most sensitive and can detect the specific porcine in the highly processed mixture or highly processed product. So, and for the future recommendation, we need to explore more on LCMS and carry out more analysis to prove that this method is actually can be used in detecting or verification process for cosmetic. I think that's all for me. Thank you. We can proceed to the Q&A session.
Okay, so that's very good presentation, and that's the future of the halal food, that we have to move towards the smart detection technologies. Although we are not going to highly sensitive ones, but still, if you can go for LCM. So my comment is that I did not see any reference in your presentations, because this was typically related to the some of the highly processing effects on the denaturation of proteins and peptides. So I'll suggest that it should have been like some references, otherwise, because it's a review study. So otherwise, I appreciate that effort. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
The next presenter is Mrs. Aimi Safina Binti Salaluddin from University Technology from Malaysia, and her title is From Lab to Plate: Navigating Contamination Risk in Cultivated Meat Productions. Ms. Aimi.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, respected professor and fellow participants. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to stand by today in ISATEC 2024. I am Aimi Shafinas from University Technology Mara, which will present my research about contamination risk in cultivated meat. Okay, there is the history begins when the 2013, which Professor Marcus unveiled the world's first cultivated meat hamburger, which aired on BBC. Okay, cultivated means there are many terms of cultivated meat, such as cultured meat, clean meat, and lab-grown meat, as innovative biotechnology and potentially partly will substitute from conventional meat in the future. Conventional cultivated meat is generally animal meat that is produced by cultivation cells rather than slaughtering of animal. Okay, sorry. Okay, there are 4 general processes for cultivated meats. The first is the sample taken from the live animal biopsy or slaughtering animal, and then the cell will be put in the fetal bovine serum of growth media to proliferate and differentiate the cell, and then the cell will put in scaffold to form the meat, and lastly, the cell are separated and boil the cell to be the meat. Okay, as a emerging of biotechnology cultivated meat, there are several halal and safety issues regarding cultivated meat. The first is the absence of halal guidelines, where there is no halal guideline for this time being, and then the absence raised the concern among the Islamic consumer because it is permissible or not. And then, without proper guideline, Muslim consumers are left uncertain to consume the cultivated meat. Secondly, cultivated meat involves growing animal cells in lab, considering with the growth factor and nutrients that may not be halal. For instance, fetal bovine serum, it is from blood, and it is raised the concern among the Muslim consumer. There are 2 fatwa regarding cultivated meat in this time being. In Malaysia, Majlis Fatwa Kebangsaan has yet to issue the official permissibility of cultivated meat, but they are concerned about the maybe cultivated meat can be deemed halal, but the concern is about the cell, the sources of the cell and the technique used, and then the growth factor like nutrient, and lastly overall production that may be not be halal in the overall production. And then in contrast, Majlis Ugama Islam Singapore has been more proactive in addressing the halal status in the cultivated meat. MUIS has emphasized the need for transparency for all the production, and does not and include ensuring the growth factor, the nutrient, and the cell are derived from halal sources. And then cross-contamination with non-halals have to be avoided. For my research is a qualitative research approach which has 2 main components: data collection and content analysis. The first primary data is in-depth interview with the industry, halal in the industry, academia, and regulatory authority, which include with the cultivated meat. And then secondary is library research approach. For content analysis, I use thematic analysis and use Atlas TI software by organizing data, then codes data based on the identified themes and compare the data across different primary and secondary. As a result in discussion, there are 3 stages for the potential contaminant in the production of cultivated meat. The first is pre-processing, which is initial phase for the cultivated meat is a source of animal cells. And for the animal cells, it's only from halal animal they are slaughtered according to Sharia only. And then for technique is used slaughtering. And the biopsy wool taken from live animal cannot be deemed halal because it is not according to Sharia. And next is processing. The processing is incurred gross media, scaffold, and supplementary material. For gross material, commonly the use of fetal bovine serum, or we call it FBS, or serum-free media. But for the serum-free media is still under research and more expensive and complex to the formulation same with the fetal bovine serum. And the scaffold is used for the structure to the meat to become the meat. And then the scaffolds that are used gelatin of animal. And then for non-animal use is still under research. And then for supplementary materials like use nutrient, which raise the doubtful in Islam, because the nutrient like L-cysteine is commonly hydrolyzed from feather birds, hair pig, and hair human. Okay, and lastly is processing, which is logistic and packaging. For logistic, for cultivated meat, maybe we do in the sterile condition, but maybe it can cross-contamination can occur in the distribution and packaging. Packaging technology should be prevents polish risks such as oxidation and discoloration. For labeling, the issue for enzyme, which the company does not transparency in the enzyme, and for the halal product must be labeled with all additives. And then according to the WHO, for this product, have to label with cultivated or cell-based. Okay, as conclusion, the cultivated meat is still in early stage in the production, and the safety and halal issue must be explored. The halal risk, the key concern for producing cultivated meat include ensuring halal and standard safety standard, preventing cancers and avoiding contamination. Technical issue may be resolved, but the halal aspect require time, research, and development. At this cultivated meat is predominantly led by non-Muslim whose not priorities with the halal. I hope my research can propose the halal guideline will assist industry in creating halal certificate cultivated meat and facilitating authority in reviewing the product. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is wonderful. It is the future of the food. And I know I'll just comment first on your conclusion that yes, this is in infancy and we should not be so excited about this. Okay. We should have a complete research on all aspects of technical, regulatory, labeling and all aspects. My one single question from you is that did you see any label that is explaining all these things during your study, which is producing the cultured meat, the commercial product?
For the labeling.
Yeah, for the labeling.
For the labeling for cultivated meat is according to the WHO, World Health Organization. For the cultivated meat only can be labeled with cultivated and cell-based.
Yeah, because that's a very complicated label when we talk about the additives. Yeah. Now we are talking about the culture.
Okay.
So people are not, aware of that thing, and so this is our responsibility to be sure about that label that they are following the guidelines. So still we will have to wait maybe a few years to give the fatwa on this particular aspect. Okay. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Amy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next presenter is Miss Nadia Mila Kasumaningtitis from Universitas Darussalam Kota from Indonesia, and her title is Formulation of Amylopectin from Durian Peels and Collagenase as a Potential Health Capsule Alternative. Miss Nadia, please.
Thank you very much to introduce me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nadia Mirakusumaningtias from Department of Pharmacy, Faculty of Health, Universitas Darussalam Gontor in Indonesia. In this opportunity, I would like to share to you our current research with the title of Formulation of Amylopectin from Durian Peels and carrageenan as a potential halal capsule alternative. Before we are going to more detail, I would like to introduce you about the pharmaceutical products. What is the pharmaceutical products? As you can see in here, pharmaceutical product consists of active ingredients which are combined with additional material or excipients to control a dosage delivery, enhance performance, and also facilitate manufacture. And the specific of pharmaceutical product is consists of, as shown in this figure 1, such as the tablet, capsule, powder, oral, and also injectable. We know that many in here, as we are a Muslim, so we should consider about the halal and non-halal. We are sure that we should consider about the halal, including the ingredients that we will use for making the pharmaceutical products. In this research, we are interested to develop about the capsules. Then I will explain more detail about what is the capsule. The capsule are the dosage form that have been used for the long time in pharmacies. And the capsule is created as a container of drug. So this is just a shell to make a container. And basically, for the capsule is divided into two forms. The first is hard capsule, and the second is soft capsule. For the soft capsule, just limited for the liquid that we can insert into the capsule cell. So we're more interested to develop the hard capsule. As you can see from these reports, there are some issues like, did you know that the capsule that you eat is content of the cow or pigs and other animal? So based on the print is the one research center in Indonesia. They say that the 90% of the material that used for making the capsule cell is consists of the animal derivative. So we should thinking if the capsule cell that we made it from the cow or the pig, so we should think about the halal-based ingredient for the substitution. As you can see in the graph, there are many substitutes to change the animal base. For example, microbial until the marine source. But in this research again, we interest to use the plant sources and also marine sources to substitute the animal base. In this slide, I mentioned about the previous research that used carrageenan bells for replacing the capsule cell. As you can see in here, they use the seaweed carrageen extract to make the gelling agent and also the potato starch. Why they choose the carrageenan? Because the first is economical raw material, because we would like to make the product and sell to the other, so we should consider about economical raw material. And the second, halal base. And also the third reason is strong capsule. We don't want to have the capsule that easy to crack during the distribution. So the research for the development capsule formulation is still become a highlight. That's why highlight of my research is here. As you can see, the durian is common in Asia, and we just consume the yellow part, and we have the leftover of this part of the peel. So we think how to make this become the substitution to make this capsule cell, because the white part of the peels is content of amylopectin, that they use the function to make the film formation, disintegration control, and also the stability. And the second, we will combine with carrageenan from the seaweed, because it have the function as gelling agent. So both of the ingredients are the marine source and also the plant-based. Then we will make the 5 formulation based on these two. This is the methodology that we use. As you can see in the table, we have 5 formulation. Formulation 1 until 5, we fix the concentration of carrageenan, as you can see, 5% for all, and we have a control for number 5. We did not add the carrageenan, and for durian peel amylopectin, we vary and also have a control number 4 with all the durian peels. In the beginning, we collect the leftover of durians, which is the durian peels. Then we take the white part. I cannot point out, but after that we drying and grinding, make powdery, and after that we test the moisture and also the ash content testing. After we sure that it's made with the SNI or standard in Indonesia, so we continue to make the product capsule cell. As you can see in the picture, we use a manual part that we immerse this to the formulation that we made, like for formulation 1 until formulation 5. Then this one is the result, then we compare to PT Capsulindo Nusantara, and the conclusion is durian peel has been confirmed that contain amylopectin that we can use to substitute. And the second is halal capsule cell can be successfully made from the combination that I mentioned earlier, durian peel and also carrageenan. And for the recommendation, this is my preliminary results, so needed to further investigation for the optimization and for expanding study to be potential commercialization. And I would like to acknowledge my institution and also my college. Thank you very much. You can visit our social media, also my email to contact for more collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Nadia. That's very interesting about the durian peels. I guess that you want the amylopectin, right, from
Yes.
the durian peels. You have any idea how many % of the amylopectin in the durian peels? You have to extract it, right?
For this one, this is just the preliminary result, so we did not extract like taking only the amylopectin, but we test the positive test for making sure that the durian peel is contain amylopectin, but iodine and also the acid reaction, and it showed that it's positive with amylopectin. But in the future, we should have the extraction, because we should make sure that how much the % of amylopectin, because we would like to have a massive production in the future, hopefully.
Thank you so much. The same comment from my side. If you could have used the word, I think, durian peel powder, probably instead of amylopectin in your study. That could be the better term?
I'm sorry?
So you use the durian peel powder,
Yes.
not the extract of amylopectin.
For this preliminary result, we use directly the powder.
Yeah, so
yes.
better we'll say it a durian peel powder instead of the amylopectin, because
Yes.
it has other nutrition composition as well.
Okay.
So very good,
Thank
and
you
we will
very
expect
much.
that in the future you will have extracts, and you will also compare it with the commercially available gelatin-based capsules.
Yes.
This is the future of food again. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next time we would like to know how this function, right? The characteristic of your peels, your peels next time. Thank you so much. And I have the last presenters. Last presenter is Assistant Professor Dr. Wasana Butpo. She's from Faculty of Education, Lamkamhang University, Thailand. And her title for today is the Guideline of Development Halal Tourism Strategy to Promote Sport and Health Business Sector in the Bangkok Metropolitans. It's very interesting topic. Dr. Wasana, the time is yours.
Good morning, esteemed and colleagues and distinguished guests. It is the honor to be here. Today I'm sharing my research and such as knowledgeable in this conference. My name is Assistant Professor Wasana Butpo. I'm currently to lecture in the Ramkhamhaeng University. And my researcher is named the Guideline of the Development Halal Tourism Strategy to the Promoting Sport and Health Business Sector in the Bangkok Metropolitans. In the introduction for the research, we talk about the health and the wellness tourism had emerged in a significant segment in the global tourism industry, and halal tourism is a Muslim traveler by the providing service and the product, and halal tourism is growing in the market. Health and wellness tourism in Bangkok is the global hub in the medical tourism, and we have increased the number for 20% in every year, and Bangkok face distinct, including for the infrastructure for the comprehensive halal certificate service and the lack of the personal training for the halal principle. And into the health and wellness service is proven successful for the other country. In the legal and policy framework, Bangkok is a potential become to the global leader in the halal health and wellness tourism. In this research have 3 research objectives. And number 1 for the explore, 2 for the analysis, and 3 for the identify for the halal tourism. And literature review, we talk about in like a infographic for the 5 items. In the 1 talking about in sustainability, and number 2 talk about in health and wellness tourism, and 3 we talk about in marketing business development, 4 we talk about sport management, and lastly we talk about in hospital model. In sustainability for the halal business, we talk about in not only the environmental, but we talk about in the ethical and religion standard. And health and wellness tourism, we talk about in the purpose of the promoting health and well-being to the medical wellness and spa service. And the sport management, we talk about in the essential for the mechanism. As we know, we live in the Ramkhamhaeng Road and Sukhumvit Road. We have a Sport Authority of Thailand and many hospitals at here. The picture we talk about in Sport Authority, we not far here. In the picture have a moment in the development of sport in Bangkok. We have like in a sport tourism hotel, and we have in Rachamankala Stadium to support the sport in Bangkok too. And marketing and business development, we talk about in the number for the increase in the popularity in Bangkok. Hospital model, we live at here in the Meroz Hotel and Almas Hotel in this area. We ever been to have supported for the Ramanai Hospital. We are convinced to the health together. and implication for the Bangkok metropolitan. We talk about in a policy from the government and a spot in Bangkok like a running, like a cuisine in the river as you go in the yesterday. And we have in a best for the hospital. And we talk in the food and hospitality in a hotel and hospital. Look like this infographic. And this research method in this research, we talk about in the qualitative in data analysis. And stakeholder for the research interview, we have a 6 group for talking in-depth interview. Number 1 for the government agency. Number 2 in the private sector. 3 talking about in a religion organization. 4 academic and researcher. 5 in tourism and consumer. 6 in the local community. And lastly, we talk about in a business association. This is a 7 group to in-depth interview. And the finding and discussion, we have like a diamond dimension in the picture. Halal tourism in Bangkok have a 4 factor. And number 1 have a factor for the halal tourism market potential. And number 2, we talk in integration of health and wellness tourism. And 3, sport tourism and management. And lastly, challenge in the halal certificate and implementation. And conclusion, Bangkok is potential to making this issue. Limitation of the research, the limit scope of the data collection because we scope in only Bangkok, and 2, absent to empirical testing, and 3, dynamic nature of the tourism trend, 4, infrastructure culture variation, and 5, stakeholder engagement. We not a huge for the group for the interview. And the future research in direction, I need to comprehension empirical study too in the research. And number 2, I need to compare to regional analysis. And 3, we are longitudinal study to together in the research. And 4, infrastructure for the policy analysis. And 5, digital transformation marketing. And 6, stakeholder engagement model. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vasana, from concluding this presentation. This is a wonderful, comprehensive review. Being the visitor to Bangkok since 2016, I am witnessing the developments every year passing in the halal sector. And I appreciate, like, with the 8 to 9% of Muslims in this country, and I should appreciate 2 organizations, particularly SICOT and the Halal Research Center in Chulakong, the team of Vinay. So they are doing such a wonderful job that on each and every corner of Bangkok, we can see the halal food is being promoted. And the last night was the example of that. On the cruise, we have seen that everything is halal. So I hope with these kind of studies and review, we'll have more halal foods on these streets in the Bangkok. So thank you so much for that comprehensive.
Thank you.
Okay, we have come to the end of the session. Now I think we finished the 7 presenter already, so I have to close the oral presentation, science, technology and innovation, and return the floor to the MC, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now may I please invite our distinguished chairperson, Professor Dr. Umair Arshad and Dr. Suimon Sabwarobon on the stage to present certificates to the presenters. Please welcome. A big round of applause, please. Next, may I invite the first presenter, Mr. Fakuddin Tapoto, on the stage to receive a certificate for form our chairpersons. Please welcome. He is former Prince of Songkhla University, the Halal Science Center, THAILAND University, Thailand. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Robaning Sulong on the stage to receive a certificate from our distinguished chairpersons. Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad is from University Islam Sultan Sharif Ali, Brunei Darussalam. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Mrs. Anya Mafasa on the stage to receive a certificate from our distinguished chairpersons. She is from Halal Center UIN Sunan Kalijaga, Indonesia. Next, may I please invite Mrs. Aina Fariha Muhammad Husaini on the stage to receive a certificate from our chairpersons. She is from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. Next, may I please invite Mrs. Aimi Shafinaz binti Shaharuddin. She is from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Miss Nadia Mira Kusumanyas from Universitas Darussalam Gondor, Malaysia, Indonesia, sorry. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Assistant Professor Dr. Wasana Butpo from the Faculty of Education, Ramkhamhaeng University, Thailand. Such a wonderful presentation. Thank you very much. And now may I please invite Associate Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan, Founding Director of the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, on the stage to present the certificates of appreciation to the distinguished chairpersons. First, may I please invite Dr. Vinay to present a certificate to Professor Dr. Ume Arshad, Professor, Chairperson, Department of Food Science, Government College University, Faisalabad, Pakistan. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Dr. Vinay to present a certificate to Associate Professor Dr. Suwimon Saparobon from the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. At this moment, may I invite our esteemed chairperson and Dr. Vinay to take a group photo together. A big round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this photo symbolizes not only the culmination of today's efforts, but also the collaboration, dedication, and passion that each of you brings to this field. Thank you very much, our academic presenters, our esteemed chairpersons. Dr. Vinay Dahlan, please remain on the stage for the next session. Ladies and gentlemen, ESATEC 2024 has two types of presentations, which are the oral presentation and poster presentation that was held in the entrance of the Grand Meroz room. Next will be the presenting certificates to poster presenters. Now may I please invite Dr. Vinay to present the certificate to our presenters. Next, I'm going to invite the poster presenters. First, may I invite Dr. Mohammed Zaidwan Abdalib from University Brunei Darussalam, Brunei. A big round of applause, please. He's from University Brunei Darussalam, Brunei. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Miss Al-Marifatul Ala. Please welcome on the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Miss Al-Marifatul Ala, she is from Universitas Alangga from Indonesia. Thank you very much. Next, may I invite Mrs. Anis Munasia binti Anis Azman on the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. She is from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. We have lots of presenters from University Technology Mara, Malaysia in Thailand Halal Summit 2024. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Mrs. Alya Mafasa to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. She is a presenter in the oral presentation and also in this poster presentation. She's from Halal Center UIN Sunan Kalijaga, Indonesia. Thank you very much. Next, please welcome Mrs. Nur Surilawana Sulaiman. Please welcome on the stage to receive a certificate. Please welcome to the stage to receive a certificate of appreciation from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Mrs. Nur Surilawana Sulaiman from Halalan Thayyiban Research Center, University Islam Sultan Sharif Ali. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Miss Netnapha Ontau to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Please welcome Miss Netnapha. She is from the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand, which is the organizers of Thailand Halal Assembly 2024. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Miss Kesari Klinsukon to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Please welcome Miss Kesari Klinsukon, one of the poster presenters at Thailand Halal Assembly 2024. She is from Kasetsat, Agriculture and Agro-Industrial Product Improvement Institute, Thailand. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Dr. Diki Fakih Maulana to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan as a poster presenter at Thailand Halal Assembly 2024. Next, may I please invite Mrs. Noor Nadiha Muhammad Zaki to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Please welcome Mrs. Noor Nadiha Muhammad Zaki. She is from University Putra, Malaysia. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Dr. Ahmad Maulidizen to the stage to receive a certificate as a poster presenter. He is from Universitas Ari Jinanja from Indonesia. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Dr. Jenda Lee to the stage from Skin Medics Clinic, Philippines. Please welcome. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Mr. Andy Subhan Hussain from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Please welcome Mr. Andy Subhan Hussain from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand to the stage to receive a certificate from Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite Mrs. Noor Surilawana Sulaiman. Again, please. She is from Halal and Thayyiban Research Center, University Islam Sultan Sharif Ali Brunei Darussalam. A big round of applause, please. And next, may I invite Ms. Suwaiba Sulong from the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Please welcome on the stage. A big round of applause, please. Next, may I invite Mr. Sarin Chawasu Thiranon from the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Please welcome Mr. Sarin from the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Thank you very much. And the last one, may I please invite Miss Suwaiba Sulong from the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University. Thailand. A big round of applause, please. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, may I invite all the poster presenters to take a group photo together on this stage with Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Please welcome. And these are our poster presenters of poster presentation, which is part of ISOTEC 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather for this group photo, let's take a moment to appreciate the outstanding work of our poster presenters at ISOTEC 2024. These individuals have put in tremendous effort to showcase their innovative ideas, and their contributions have truly enriched the event. This photo will serve as a reminder of their hard work and dedication to advancing knowledge in their respective fields. Please ensure everyone is visible. A big round of applause, please, to our poster presentation. Congratulations to all the poster presenters, and thank you for sharing your series with us. And thank you very much, Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Ladies and gentlemen, next I kindly ask all of you to scan the QR code on the screen or the document on your table to evaluate the session we just had. Your feedback is valuable to us, whether it was helpful, what additional information you would like, or any suggestion for improvement. This will assist the organizers in enhancing future events. Additionally, those who complete the evaluation will receive a certificate as a token of participation in the Thailand Halal Assembly 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, next we will have a lunch break and Jum'at prayer, and we will reconvene around 2 p.m. For our afternoon session. We have an exciting lineup, including a talk on fostering collaboration and establishing academic networks between Thailand and GCC countries, exploring partnerships and technology transfer opportunities, award ceremony, and closing ceremony. The prayer room is located on the second floor. We will conduct the Jumat prayer together at 12:30 p.m. We will conduct the Jumat prayer together at 12:30 p.m. at the prayer room on the second floor of the hotel. And the lunch area is on the fourth floor. You can collect your meal coupons. At this point, I, Sanya Gakao, would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you. We will meet again at 2 p.m. for the next session. Thank you very much and see you soon.